Good morning, everybody. Welcome to today's Reading the Red. This really rainy, windy, cold April morning. April showers. Matthew chapter 25 and verse 44. The response. Then they themselves also will answer, Lord, when did we see you hungry or thirsty, or as a stranger, or naked or sick or in prison, and did not take care of you? So they asked a question, a reasonable question. When, Lord, you make this accusation against us, but we never saw you, Lord. We never saw you sick or in prison. We didn't see you hungry or thirsty. We never saw the occasions when we saw you, Lord. If it had been you, Lord, we would have responded, but we never saw you, Lord. And so they completely missed the point. And the point, of course, is that God has made human beings to be a certain type of being. And the reality of their being that being, it means that they need to reflect the Creator who made them. And the Creator who made them has the very nature that sees anyone who is in need and has a heart to respond to them. But when you lose your sense of being human being, you lose your sense of being reflective of the nature of God himself. And once we start losing the attributes of God himself, we take on board the attributes of Satan himself, the father of evil, the introducer to the rebellion that caused sin to be there in the first place. And so as we give ourselves over to the wrong way, because we've chosen to ignore the right way, we then lose our God-like identity. And that's exactly where we are today. So he says to these ones, I was this and I was that, and you did not, and you did not, and you did not. And they're thinking, well, when? We didn't see you. Well, that's because you're so blind that you can't see the reality of what you've lost as a result of living in a particular way. Where we as human beings live as those who are driven by a soulless nature, which is really to just care for ourselves. We call it selfishness. We lose sight of the reality of who we are in God. And that, unfortunately, in this human race today is where we are. And the world is in chaos because we have abandoned the right ways of God. The line has been crossed so many times that we've lost sight of what the line was in the first place. God made us to do good things, to take care of the earth and to take care of each other. God made us to have a relationship with him so that we might know life in abundance, life in all its fullness. And when we give up on that focus point of our lives, we lose sight of God. Brothers and sisters, if you've lost sight of God, Jesus has been given by God to bring us back to God so that we can regain our sight and reintroduce the very lovely character and attributes of God back into our lives. Don't let Satan win the battle for your life by keeping you away from God. Come back to God and you will find life in abundance. Jesus said, life in all its fullness. Thank you for joining me. Be blessed. Have a great day and I'll see you tomorrow.